two new kits by Vessel, TD-26 and TD-25B. Some interesting sockets in this kit, and on this side we've got some stubby bits that are 18 millimeters. I am most curious about these sockets. Alright, so here's a look at the little tiny bit sockets. With the socket in the ratchet, the total height is 24 millimeters, so less than an inch. Let's see, so they've got this rail style, I guess, is also new. I haven't seen it before. They've got these clips because you can clip these socket rails together. You can go linear or you can go parallel. There's a little bit of discoloration on the inside of that number 10 right there. So the sockets don't say that they're made in Japan. They haven't stamped these made in Japan. But the ratchet handle is proudly stamped made in Japan. This handle is not metal, this is plastic. They're using that marbled looking plastic on these, calling this a fine mini ratchet because of the 60 tooth count. And it is very smooth. Alright, so if we look down in there, we can see a spring-loaded BB that rocks on the direction selector or the pawl. So there's a spring inside the plastic pushing that BB out. So there's the bit retention. They've got a clip, they've got a spring clip in there held in with a circlip that pinches the bit or the socket bit on two sides. Right, so these socket bits don't have any detents. So how's that? Oh, that works pretty good. A through hole, so there's no magnet in here. So you can't push to eject here. You'd have to poke something in there. 20, yep, so that's 24 millimeters, just like they said. I don't know, to me it looks like they could have taken out another 4 or 5 millimeters here. The ratchet is very smooth, it's very light. They just reduced the diameter of the handle so the ratchet itself can be used to finger tighten. And then they've got knurling on the socket as well. That's pretty good for low back drag. So all the sockets are the same length. So no matter what you have in it, it's 24 millimeters of clearance. Let's look at this one. I haven't seen mini bit socket rails quite like this before. There are other variations that clip together to make longer sized or shorter sized rails. And we can see the sizes of bits there, 1, 2, 3. We've got 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. They never seem to go down to a 2 millimeter. Retention on this seems a little bit loose. We end up at 20 millimeters. Now this one actually feels like it has less back drag than the other one. So I'm thinking that there's differences in the tension of that little spring in there. They both free spin with the same amount of friction. Yeah, this one has a noticeably stronger spring in there. This one is really light. And these handles are riveted together, so it's not going to be easy to do any kind of a mod or a hack on that. Alright, so how do these compare with the multitude of other options on the market in this segment? These are made in Japan, and typically the stuff that's in this segment is made in Taiwan. These two, the Ratchet and the Philo, are made in Germany. The Ratchet is stamped made in Germany. I had to look around online, and I did find indications the country of origin on the Philo is Germany. These two are really, really nice ratchets. So these German-made brands are 60 tooth, same as these new Vessel fine ratchets. The German ones are heavier. You don't have any plastic on these. You know, you've got really nice selector switches on the German ones. Here we've got the Vessel next to the Annex. These two are made in Japan. And then this Vera is made in Taiwan. This Annex and this SK11 are less than 60 tooth, so I'm not really comparing to these. And these are all 72 teeth. Alright, so what about the bits? I believe these are made in Taiwan. The reason that I'm saying that is because these Vessel bits are the same as these 18s, and these show up on the internet as country of origin Taiwan. The fit and the finish on these bits is just about identical. And then there are slightly longer 19 millimeter examples by SK11, and then these by Annex. These are also 19 millimeters long. SK11 has some really short 12 millimeter bits. Let's see what a 12 millimeter bit looks like in these new Vessel. Wow, those are nice in there actually. Let's see here, so got to use something to push those out. These tiny 12 millimeter bits do fit in there pretty nice, and they stay in there. I mean, the retention is good. So this should be about 14 millimeters total. So these you can grab onto, you can get those out. So these, the Philo has as good or better retention than the Vessel. The Ratchet, the Vera, and the Annex have less retention than these. So this is 24 millimeters. That is better than using a full-size socket with an adapter, no doubt about that. But how does this compare with sets like this that have more size options? So we end up right around 19, right around what, 18 or 19 millimeters? So that's how that compares. I'm really kind of bummed that these sockets don't fit flush. That's why I'm just kind of thinking that these are something that's been on the market in Taiwan. I'm having a hard time believing that these were specifically designed for these bit ratchets. The closest thing I could find on the internet was Vim Tools. So they've got these sizes from a 5mm to a 10mm. So with something like this, it's not really low profile, but you don't have to worry about back drag. And with this, you don't have to worry about back drag. $40 grams. This one should be the same. Okay. That one's 120. 70 grams. This phyllo is heavy. I think it's going to be 80 grams. 95. 55. Let's see here, this annex is light. 39. The other thing is that if you're going to do EDC and you've got this exposed tooth on the pawl, if you're going to put it into a pouch that way, it might want to catch on stuff. I'm not sure. Yeah, it wants to catch, but if it's in a loop like this, it's not a big deal. Those do fit on one side. By the way, this Ratchet came in this kit from Amazon Japan, and right now it is on sale. You can get another 5% off of this. So this LeBaire 72 tooth is a new item. So these unfortunately are still so new that they're out of stock on Amazon. I think I can create a link. I'll put the link there. You can check it. So that's a look at these new 60 tooth fine bit ratchets from Vessel. The new bit holders that clip together, and these really interesting bit sockets. Affiliate links will be in the description below. I appreciate any use of my affiliate links. If you feel so inclined, feed the algorithm for me. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching.